As they get moving. House being checked first. The Power Glove!
Well, that's early, but Dragon Master's getting, yeah.
And the Sanctuary is the map. It looks like he did a save and quit and is immediately checking the house, though, so makes sense. Get both locations checked.
Still, Power Gloves, yes, by themselves they are so bad, but eventually combine them with either the Titan's Mitts or the Hammer, get yourself a Moon Pearl. You've got a whole world to explore. A whole second world, the Dark World.
And it looks like we're seeing Felix check the poultry here, and the first item is full magic, so not a bad find. And we're seeing Uncle down below. Blue mail!
Alright, we've got ourselves defense.
Yes.
Now, in the meantime, I'm curious which route AdirondackRick is taking. I think he and Dragon Master are taking the same path, going around the southern end, hoping for the 50% bomb chance. Looks like Dragon Master did get that.
Yeah, and so did Rick. I can see a bomb with him already. He actually listed the rock underneath the Link's house. He's checking the race. Full heart container.
For newer runners like myself, I wouldn't object to a full heart container, but sometimes you have to think about it. Health versus speed. And what was that in the library? I missed that.
That was a piece of heart. And we got a map check here. I think I saw crystals at Desert and Hera, but I didn't quite catch what was at Eastern.
Yeah, that went a little bit too quick, I'm afraid.
Yeah, 2 out of 3, not bad.
Well, maybe the tavern has
checked,
something.
And it's just an arrow capacity upgrade. And the Hoarder Crab has bombs, so that's a pretty good find right there.
And the tree with money. You know, we do need 100 rupees for the bottle vendor.
Yes, tree pulls are varied based on how many enemies you kill. Are we going to check out check? Just another piece of heart. And here we go. This is the big info. Oh, what is that? Our lumberjack cave. Oh, it's a sword!
Oh my gosh!
So, if they don't find another sword of another 2 swords elsewhere in the world, that Aghanim is required just to kill Ganon.
Now, just as a reminder, is the butterfly net in the logic in terms of taking out a Ganon?
No, because you need a sword to cut the curtain. So you're expected to have one anyway.
Excellent point.
And we find the hook shot at the Thieves' Hut. Very nice find.
So far, this light world is paying off. How about the well?
Oh, nothing so far. I didn't quite catch what mushroom was. We got a heart container there.
It doesn't look like the Lost Woods had anything else, not at the mushroom spot.
Oh!
We do see, yep, 300 rupees. That'll definitely help with bottle vendor prices. As Dragon Master is about to become rich. And, wait a second. Bottle vendor actually sold a bottle.
With a bee in it.
Christos?
Well, it's not a gold bee, so it's definitely not Vitorb. And checking the boot. We have an early boot seat! Holy hello!
What are those?
What are those indeed? And another bottle!
Wow, it's almost vanilla. Who rolled this again?
I don't know. But this is gonna be a pretty fast seat, folks. Sticker, hang on. We're gonna have a little bit of trouble, I think.
I don't know about that much trouble here. I mean, consider the fact that we have boots. That gives us access to the bonk rocks, easy access to, I want to say, the basement.
Yeah, and that also prevents there being any sort of boots lock in Desert Palace should they have to go there.
Indeed. Front half is covered. Back half, we still need a fire source. Yes. And I have looked at Dragon Master's tracker. It looks like Eastern Palace is the green pendant.
Oh, so vanilla. Interesting. We'll see if any of them decide to dip in for potential items. Pendant doesn't seem to pay out in this logic.
In the meantime, near simultaneous heart containers from the chicken coop, as AdirondackRick is diving into... Oh, right, he's taking care of Lost Woods in reverse because of the routing he took.
Yeah, south north is the way I like to do it. Oh, hello! We have a book!
This is going to be interesting. I commentate more of the Zelda 1 randomizers,
wait a minute.
What
Dragon Master, where are you going?
He's checking pedestal.
This early?
I think so. It's either that or he's going to... No, he's not sequence breaking into Death Mountain. We may have an early pedestal check. Unless he... Oh, I see what he did. He did the bonk rocks and then routed his way up, so it's... He did a variation route because he didn't go straight from Kakariko to the Lost Woods.
Yes, and that's actually kind of smart, because while he's in the Lost Woods, he can check that pedestal and have that information advantage.
And now AdirondackRick with that book. Will he choose to check out the pedestal right away?
No. Clearly routing towards, what looks to be the backside of Escape. He's going to use the secret passage in the graveyard. Although it's not much of a secret passage now, is it? And actually, with these boots, they can actually do a nice little tech here. They can just bonk that wall right open.
Yeah, gotta love being able to save bombs this early. Inside, big 20, small 5, bigger 50.
75. And Maniacal has just resubscribed for 5 months. Thank you, man. Appreciate the support.
Yep, thank you for continuing to support the Speed Gaming family.
And here we go, folks. Pedestal check.
Let's see what we've got.
It's a heart container.
Maximum health increased. Yeah!
It is a heart container, so not required. So, potentially an Aghanim seed, but not a pedestal seed tonight, folks.
Now, curious question. Does that message state if it's the normal heart container or the sanctuary heart?
That I don't know. Oh, we had the Moon Pearl in the dam.
Well.
Nice. And the flute!
This is a very quick seed. What is going on here?
If I didn't know better, this is the jet seed, but I'm expecting them to get controlled by one item location they overlooked.
But at this point, where would the troll item be here?
Somewhere in Dark World. That's usually where it is. I have seen far too many bow in Turtle Rock scenarios. Especially if
I've seen a number of those myself. Black Moon also confirming other good locations for trolls. We've got...
Oh! I was worried there for a second, but then I remembered he had the blue mail. These crabs can't kill at green.
Exactly. 2 hearts of damage, one of the most dangerous enemies. But fortunately, able to dodge them, and Gembrokes checks the ice cave.
Finds a card.
Just a big piece of love.
And Rick is playing safe here, using the hook shot to kill the Moldorms. Smart play.
Not a bad idea with just half a heart.
Getting his heart pieces, and he got 4, so he got another heart container. Picks up his flute.
Indeed.
And Nembro is looking into the bottom of Sanctuary here.
However, all that's here is 75 rupees, and without a way of going to the Dark Escape right now, will our runners... No, even with max bombs, I'm not expecting a play into the front of Escape at this point.
No. What I am expecting, however, and Jambro is more than likely heading that way. Yes, it is. You know what time it is, folks. Get them ready. Don't use them just yet, but get them ready.
Yes. We are approaching that time where we listen and celebrate the national anthem. Everyone, please rise.
And get your swag jokes in the chat, folks. And the bird is now loose. And because they have the flute, Death Mountain is not a sequence break anymore. They can loot that place to their heart's content.
Yeah, that is a good point. Technically, rescuing the old man at the top of the mountain is a sequence break because we don't have a lantern, but...
They're going to do it anyway, if for no other reason than to get the warp point here. Yeah. And Dragonmaster going into Desert Palace.
Well, with the boots, the front half is completely viable right now.
And there are 2 items for him to get there, so... You might find a sword, or you might find the hammer. And Rick, doing a little bit of water walking, sequence break, checking the waterfall cave. Nothing much there. But he'll be able to move on and check Zora from there.
Yeah. AdirondackRick does have the 500 rupees necessary to purchase Zora's treasure.
And Dragonmaster, seeing the stone is a bad idea. Just some more bombs on the ledge.
Well, that does knock one of the items out. There are 2 items available in Desert Palace.
Yes, and now we are hearing on Felix the Cat's End the Swag Duck Anthem. And King Zora has some minor return on your investment.
Better than a single rupee.
Yes. And we have a big key here, so that means there's either a dungeon item or something else. And we're seeing the map once again. Alright, first item has been found. It's a heart piece in desert. Meanwhile, Ninjembro is checking the east side of Death Mountain, able to get there because of the hookshot. And Dragonmaster takes a death.
That may have been intentional. I'm not worried about this play right now.
Yeah, looks like it was intentional.
Yeah, we can.
And here we go with the Paradox Cave check.
And
his flute activation as well. 20
so
rupees
far,
and a heart container in the lower section.
And in the meantime, Felix the Cat is going to Eastern, going to make a stop at Sahasrala's shed.
And this was actually not boots locked. The compass was on the torch.
Oh, single green, mushroom, and another sword!
We have a sword as well at Paradox Cave!
Wait, I saw a sword at Desert Palace. Does that mean we actually have 3 swords sighted?
Yes! Yes, we do! Ninjembro picked up his sword, as does Dragonmaster. And that means that Aghanim technically is not required. Because we still have that 3rd sword somewhere out there, and ideally they would want to find it.
I don't think we can make that assumption yet. If I'm looking at all the available items here, how can they access the Dark World right now?
Once they find that hammer. But with all 4 of these runners, we don't know where that hammer is. That's the other thing. But it's more likely for them to find the hammer than it is for them to find the cape and the lamp. Bob and Aghanim for good measure.
Well, early big key in Eastern should be good.
Yes.
And if we do find the bow in Eastern... Oh, hold on, that's Silver's at the Spiral Cave, I believe.
Yes, it is. So that'll help him killing bosses once he finds that bow. Now we're seeing another item here in Eastern Palace. It's just a map, so there is an item that is going to be locked by the torch, at the very least. Or the lamp, rather.
Well, not necessarily, because the big key was already found. It could be in there. In the big chest. We just saw it pass by on Felix's side.
Well, there are 3 items here in Eastern Palace. One of them will either be at Armos, or in the big vanilla big key chest.
Right, I had forgotten it was the map, and I had key sanity on the brain. The map is kind of useful, but not necessary here.
And it looks like Dragonmaster will do the front of escape. We have not seen this yet.
Indeed.
20 rupees is the second item, or the first item rather, in Eastern. Felix the Cat finding that. And Rick now has his sword.
So the only one without a sword is Felix. Are we going to find the 4th one here? Not yet.
Second item is the heart container, which means he is taking a little bit of a gamble here.
Yeah. This is technically a sequence break, folks, having to go down into these dark rooms. But either the third item...
I missed that there was a mushroom found. What was the item?
Unfortunately, I saw that the mushroom was found, but...
Oh, it was the lamp!
Well... No more Dark Worlds, or no more Dark Room sequence breaks for Ninjembro. Instead, we're just gonna have fake flippers.
But now, depending on what Dragonmaster finds here, we could have an Aghanim required.
Yeah. Or maybe a Genis Cave. We have many options here.
No, there's just arrows in both. And the third item has been found in Eastern. It is just 20 rupees. So the lamp opens up an interesting thing here. That means that desert can be fully cleared out.
And it's entirely possible that we may end up seeing the magic cape as... No, wait, we already saw both items claimed in desert, so that wouldn't do.
If there's an item in the dark here, like this is the map that Dragonmaster is about to uncover, then that means the item is lamp locked.
Well, let's see what's inside.
300 rupees. That means the map's in the dark. Or no, the small key's in the dark. Never mind, the map was in Sanctuary. I'm dumb.
I mean, the important point is no important item is in the Dark Escape.
Yes.
So, what does that leave?
Let me think.
Agina's cave has been checked. We need the bow in order to complete the rest of Eastern.
Was Desert Ledge checked? I would assume so.
Desert Ledge was checked. It didn't look like anything important. Oh, I just realized what this means. Dragonmaster found the sword in Desert Palace. Ninjembro found the sword in the Death Mountain Cave. That's Master Sword. We have the lamp from the mushroom. We have an Aghanim required seed.
Right. It's an Aghanim 4 seed!
Unless something is seen in Spectacle Rock Cave right now.
20 rupees. Not it.
I think we have an Aghanim required seed, folks.
Oh, boy.
And what's going to make this one interesting is, you know, we have swords at two opposite ends. Third one is trapped in the lumberjack by Aghanim himself. And so, I don't know how our runners are going to handle this.
Well, if nothing else, their combat will be a little bit better with the Dark World bosses having that tempered sword.
Alright, Blackula Sova in chat to explain why Aghanim is required here. In order to access Aghanim in the light world, you need either the Master Sword, 2 sword upgrades, or a single sword plus the cape. You also need the lantern, which in this case comes from the mushroom, in order to actually see.
And you also need the Moon Pearl as well. They expect you to have that. Unless they put the Moon Pearl on the pyramid. Now, what makes this Aghanim required specifically is that they don't have the means to reach Dark World unless they go through Aghanim.
And, Black Moon, just to confirm, Agina is the, I guess, sage or sage's father who resides in the Western Desert. Aghanim is the evil wizard.
Yes.
So right now, Dragonmaster is inside the Paradox Cave area, which means he is soon going to get his Master Sword.
And also just as easily realize that this is going to be Forest Aga. Yeah, if they wanted to dodge Aghanim, for those of you new here, I'll just say this. If they wanted to dodge Aghanim, they would have needed the hammer or a glove upgrade, but they are lacking either one.
And thus, just under 20 minutes, Dragonmaster is about to get his Master Sword from the left-hand side. And thus, realization is dawned.
He still has some way of denial, though. He still hasn't checked the spiral cave, and he's most likely going to do that.
And then another thing that can be checked right now is the ether tablet. He has the book.
No, he cannot reach that. He needs the hammer to get to that side.
Oh, you are right. I forgot about that.
And Felix is turning in the mushroom. We know this is now... the
lamp. But choosing to pick it up later. I mean, kind of makes sense. You have to go one screen away. May as well do something productive in the meantime.
Yeah, and also...
okay,
but that's Chad is
there.
pointing out something kind of interesting here. DragonMaster doesn't have his mushroom yet.
That is an excellent point. The mushroom, I believe, was located in Sahasrara's shed.
So he's heading that way now, most likely, yeah.
So now AdirondackRick has claimed another big 20, as Felix the Cat is going to dive inside or under the bridge where we have a chill little dude who just likes to camp out.
Yes, but if he has the hammer, this is huge. He died!
And thus, Aghanim is technically required by the logic.
But we can skip him. That is huge.
Felix, you have just saved yourself 6 minutes of pain. Congratulations.
Has he, though? Because anyone who doesn't expects that this is an Aghanim seed and does Aghanim will have access to Tempered Sword. Felix will not have access to it because he knows that it can be skipped.
Ooh, that's actually a good point. Ooh. Now, I know that the Tempered Sword does help a lot more than the Master Sword, especially when taking on the Beast Ganon at the end. The Gold Sword, which is the 4th level sword, not as much of an upgrade, but still. If you can get Tempered, I would say go for it. So, the question is, will Felix take on Ganon anyway, even though Dark World access can be skipped? Or rather, Ganon can be skipped.
Well, the thing is, the hammer does deal tempered damage, so he won't be lacking too much in combat. But the hammer is a little awkward to fight with.
That is a good point. Hammers work best on the switches, the metal moles, and the turtles.
And Rick now has the Master Sword.
Now, I am not familiar with all of our runners here. How many of them do you think will actually do the fake flipper glitch to get to the man under the bridge?
Rick's already done it once.
So he can do it again.
Yeah, I would not be surprised that all the runners will check all the spots. And Felix realizes he has the lamp. Gets a little bit of a free sample from the potion shop. And where's he off to?
Over to the desert area. It makes some sense. You can clear out entirely at this point. May as well get a crystal.
Yeah, he's about to get his Master Sword, though, and realize just how important finding that hammer at Hova was.
Now, Ninjembro is heading off to the escape, and Dragonmaster, I think... Okay, still in Eastern. And AdirondackRick is heading where? He never checked out Uncle. Well, he's about to
no,
get
I think he's setting up. Oh.
He doesn't have Blue Mail. Now he does.
Oh, yeah. Surprised he didn't enter from the front side. I thought he was setting up the Houlihan strat.
I think most of the runners that use the Houlihan strat like to do it from the Sanctuary and then just west of the Witch's Hut, at least from what I've seen.
Yeah. I've heard of the dash strat to Houlihan as well. And there's apparently also a bomb jump you can do. Yeah, Rick entering escape, and Dragonmaster about to get his lamp.
Alright, that means dark rooms no more.
And stocking up on a blue potion.
So, is Dragonmaster going to fight Aganim at this point? I think so.
Jeffro's double checking locations. Wait, he did not pick up his...
Where was the book located again?
Bonk Rocks west of Sanctuary. He has not picked that up yet.
And
okay,
I don't think
that's
he's
the piece of puzzle he's missing. And we're seeing Dragonmaster go up to fight Aghanim.
Alright, this is what I call the 6 minutes of pain. It takes roughly 6 minutes with decent combat in order to get through this. The one advantage is you do gain access to another warp point to the Dark World.
Yes. But the downside is it makes the Light World harder by comparison, making the enemies stronger, introducing enemies in places there weren't. So it's a catch-22 here. Then most people don't do Aghanim unless they have to.
And...
oh, I just saw...
I didn't know if that was supposed to be said, but...
Ninjembro has forfeited.
I mean, for newer runners, it is entirely possible that, you know, not all the locations have been realized. But as per standard protocol, we are not allowed to help.
No, we're not. We're not allowed to help. And S. Diesel, who was also competing, has forfeited from the race. We have a couple of forfeits, actually.
Yes, sometimes, whether it's due to frustration, whether at the game or at the hardware or software, you know.
Yes.
We all started off brand new, so at the very least, give it up for our runners. We will hopefully see them back on a future daily.
Yes. Give it up for Ninjembro. He put a one heck of a fight. And Felix Cat has slain the Lamolas and gets on the board with the first crystal of our featured 4.
And in the meantime, Dragonmaster is going up the narrow path, very close to Aganim. And with this in mind, I know I'm still new to this community, but I believe it's time for a fun little game. Assuming perfect RNG and fight sequences, Aganim is going to spawn between 0 and 15 blue balls. Chat, how many blue balls will we see?
I'm gonna say 5. And we see Ninjembro in the chat. And for those who are asking, Ninjembro, like I said, has forfeited. So he is out of the race.
And we have 1 blue ball sighting already. And Felix the Cat is, even though Felix the Cat does have the hammer to bypass the sequence, I think Felix is also going to take on Aganim at this point.
You know, I honestly would not be surprised. Given the fact that, oh wait, he hasn't checked the front side of Escape yet.
Ooh, good point.
And we're getting a new feed here, folks. So we're going to have DrunkenDraconian, who looks like they are also currently in Escape.
That is correct. We will hopefully see what items they have shortly.
Well, they at least have the Master Sword. We can at least assume that much.
And Drunken is playing as, I think, the old man that gets lost in Death Mountain.
Yes, he is. I think the community has affectionately nicknamed him Gary.
I thought Gary was the guy who opened up the purple lunchbox.
there's a lot of people who nicknamed Gary. I don't know.
That is fair enough. In the meantime, was it 3 or 4 blue balls that took place? I had missed that during the new restream coming up here.
So we have Sliv Curry mentioning now we have 2 dragons, 2 wolves, a bunny, and a cat. That's pretty accurate.
Well, this is just the Hyrulean equivalent of Animal Farm, I guess.
And Dragonmaster is checking the
catfish.
Yeah, and I missed the pyramid, unfortunately. We'll see it soon enough.
Now, will this be a good one, or will this be a catfish situation?
Just a heart piece. Nothing major.
But not a... Dragonmaster shoots, he scores!
It's moments like this I love the randomizer. And Felix is fluting away. I think he realizes his advantage and is going to use it.
Indeed. With the hammer available... Wait. Right, you have to go around. I was thinking Titan's Mints play.
Yeah.
However, so, with the hammer in hand, just go into the Lost Woods, head out, and then... There you go. You have Dark World access, but not the entire Dark World access. Or at least... Actually, I think you do now. You just have to take a long way around.
Dark World access with the hammer.
Yeah, you just have to take the very long way around. But first,
he can use any portal in the Dark World because of the hammer. Yeah. He just chooses to go to this one because it's near Village of Outcasts.
And unfortunately, the sad news is about to come in for Felix. I don't know of many runners that are going up for the heart container. Also, I saw a quick map check on AdirondackRick's side. All I saw was there was a crystal at Skull Woods, but not much else.
Yes, hopefully our trackers did catch that.
And did I just see Bombos in Skull Woods?
Maybe?
Well, Skull Woods does typically pay out in this logic.
Here we go. We have Pedestal, Turtle Rock, and Pedestal. Palace of Darkness, and our 5 and 6 are at Swamp and Mire, respectively.
Alright, I have those marked on my end as well.
And it is indeed, Bombos has been found on Dragon Master.
Now setting up for the bomb jump. Nicely done. All for a key, though.
So yeah, given... Oh, I was about to analyze the pedestal check, but no, it can't be. We already know the pedestal.
Yep, pedestal dream is dead. Our apologies.
Yes, and I believe Felix the Cat has gotten Bombos given the route. I believe it was in that very first chest. And looks like Rick found a small key, so he's able to check the Palace of Darkness.
Indeed. Has to take the center path because the right-hand path is bow-blocked. But hopefully we can still find some stuff in Pod. Now, even though this is a pendant dungeon, there are still 5 treasure chests available inside, so this may still be a decent value play.
Yes. Stone chest is a key and is moving on.
Alright, I cannot count that on my own personal tracker as items gotten. Perhaps the Dark Maze will have something. I mean, we are effectively in the back half of...
Dragon Master finds the mirror!
That
in Skull Woods. That is a huge play.
Skull Woods paying out.
And Felix is going to be right there with it. Wait.
And the cape in Palace of Darkness in the money section, along with the big key.
Nice.
And I like AdirondackRick's play right now. Spending a small key to go into the dark maze, 3 potential chests versus the 1 by going south.
Yes, and it looks like we have Bombos there, and given the fact that he does have the Master Sword, we can assume that Draconia does have the book.
And
as well as the boots, because we can clearly see him dashing.
And Dragonmaster is going to get his Tempered Sword.
I'm trying to, Yep, we have Tempered now on Dragonmaster, so that'll be really good for him.
Hey, we just need a bow. And, oh, AdirondackRick. Oh, okay, that was a Death Warp, but I would also understand that as being a Frustration Bomb against the chest.
Yeah, Death Warp makes more sense. Speaking of Death Warp, see, this attack takes a death. Didn't he just pick up the mirror, though?
No, the mirror was in that second part, or... Oh, actually, that's a good point. Because the mirror was there. In the meantime, we have a graveyard ledge check coming up on Dragonmaster's side.
Yes, putting that mirror to immediate work.
Just 1 bomb cave away, and hopefully it's something good.
Ah! Messing up his sponsor a little bit there. And we have a 5 air capacity.
At this point, yeah, not necessary here.
And quite a lot of bits there from Scarfungal. Thank you for the support.
Alright, King's Tomb is about to be checked, I believe. While on Felix the Cat's side, exploring the Thieves' Town area. Or Village of Outcasts, technically, and then going into the Thieves' Town dungeon.
Yes. That's the Canis Amari there, folks. I am not Fantarino. I'm not stealing his chick.
Fair enough. I will. That's gotta be Kane! I'll come up with my own thing eventually.
And,
I had just missed the second item on Felix the Cat's side in the Big 4 of Thieves' Town.
We have Titansmith. It's Sea House.
Ooh, that is an excellent find.
So yes, in terms of required items here for the seed, we need to find the flippers at some point. We know where the hammer is.
We need fire and ice... No, we don't need fire and ice rods. Fire rod would be useful, but...
We do need the fire rod.
You're right, Mothula.
And, of course, we need the bow.
We also need whatever medallion is located from his Remire.
Yes. And with that Titansmith, we can actually get that checked. But it looks like we're going to see the interior of Thieves' Town first. And DrunkenDraconian is in King's Tomb, and we'll get the Canis Amaria.
I'm sure Draconian is going to enjoy that.
There's no doubt in my mind. And the first chest, the second chest in here is the big key. And Rick picking up his Titan's mitts.
Alright, so out of the required items that we have left, what do you think is going to be the trolliest one to find?
I'm going to say... You know what? I'm going to just call it right now. It's going to be the classic bow and T-Rock, because we have Pendant T-Rock.
Well, if we're going to go into T-Rock, we may as well require the Ice Rod to defeat Trinex in order to get the bow.
I've seen in the bow in an equally trolly position, though, on Cold Stare themselves.
Ooh, that's nasty.
Yes. Silver arrows make short work of them, but when you don't have it, it makes the fight all the more interesting.
Now, fortunately, Felix and Dragon Master do have silver arrows, but arrows are useless without the bow because you can't just grab the arrows and stab, 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 cold stare to death.
Yeah, you need something to shoot him with.
So in the meantime, Felix is in the basement. Dragon Master is taking care of the roof.
Actually, all 4 of our feature runners have the silver arrows.
Oh, my apologies. I had missed that on the trackers.
Yes, it's a little bit more obvious if you look at the arrow icon on their HUD, because it is the silver arrow.
Excellent observation there. I see what you're talking about now. Now, I had missed what was inside the big chest in Thieves Town, unfortunately.
I missed it too.
But in the meantime, we have a digging game. Some say that Alec Baldwin guards this spot.
There's your 4th sword, folks!
Golden sword at the digging game.
Or as we like to call it, butter.
And a very bad pun that I'm sure we're going to see again shortly from Blind. But now with the digging game concluded, we can rescue the dwarf turned frog.
Yes.
Alright, Blind is down. Compass for our troubles.
So that means there was an item in the big chest, but I don't remember what it was. Or it could have been the map.
Yeah, it may not have been anything important.
Actually, it is the map, because Dragon Master does not have it or the compass. And he just checked the chest next to Blind.
Yeah, and compass was what Blind had, so if you count it correctly, then yeah, just skipping it.
Yeah, just skip it. It's not anything important. Oh yeah, Felix skipped the big chest because he had that information. That makes sense.
The dwarves provided their love for rescuing the partner. And what was that pun that Blind spouted out today?
Yeah, it was...
Being crushed by big objects is depressing.
I
cannot slow clap that well while doing push to talk.
And Scarfunkel with a tier 3 sub. Thank you very much for that support.
Welcome, Scarfunkel, to the Speed Gaming family. In the meantime, we have the... Well, there are the flippers.
So now the hammer is on sequence. The question is, when will they go get it?
In the meantime, what was at the Stump Kids location? Has that been checked yet?
I think he went to check... Yeah, he went to check the cave first.
Logical, just has to watch out for
And Felix Cat does have the mirror. So he is going to go check the Tower of Hera and the Ether Tablet.
Alright.
But I missed, looking at that, I missed what DrunkenDraconian got. Even
20 rubies.
Is a little tough. And 50 rubies at Ether.
So, all we're missing is the Bamos medallion, but depending on the routes, we may not see that. Actually, most likely DrunkenDraconian is going to check that very soon. Just has to decide whether to drop the lunchbox off first. And in the meantime, Tower of Hera play on Felix's side. And Ether is the reward from the lunchbox.
Nice!
Alright, 2/3 shot. And...
It's basically required.
Say again?
Felix the Cat finding something other than the big key in the chest there in the first floor hallway. It looks like it was an item of some kind. I missed it, what it was.
It was the shovel.
Oh. And Balmus was checked in that time, and I missed it.
Yeah, no, that was what the item was. The Bamos had the shovel.
Oh. Oh! I thought you were talking about Rick. I just thought you were talking about Felix's feed.
No, Felix had to play the waiting game, doing so successfully, staying in the blue tiles, invincible, able to just yawn at these tiles. But in the
Yeah,
meantime,
a nice little input break, that is.
in the meantime, what is at the Grove?
Time to dig a hole and find out.
All right.
We have just
20
rupees. So, with that, of all the items we found thus far, the only items we don't know of that are required are the bow, the fire rod, and potentially Quake. No one has checked the Mire location yet.
That is correct. Mire, with all the equipment that our runners have, 3 items outside of the dungeon, 2 within. It wouldn't be a bad play. Also, Hype Cave incoming.
Piece of heart. That was a full heart container. 20 rupees.
And a fairy. It's the Cave of Love, everyone. As Dragon Master did find flippers at the same time, and I had just missed what was in that big chest at Tower of Hera. It may have been another big 20, since that is the safe assumption to make here.
Yeah, it looks like it is. There's the bow! It's on the Lake Hylia Island!
Wow, that is a trolley location for the bow. Especially with how you, according to logic, you were supposed to go through Aganim, get the mirror from Skull Woods, use the mirror to get the flippers, and then head over here. And this is how the hammer is supposed to have been acquired, as Drunken is about to find out.
So yeah, the only item, again, up for grabs is the fire rod. Once that is found, depending on the medallion placement in Mire, we will have our knowledge of Go mode. Now, whether or not they'll actually beat the first runner to get it will be in Go mode is something else to be known. But yeah, they are 1, if not 2 items away from Go mode. And we're not even 50 minutes into this run!
At which point, this becomes execution. Oh, by the way, look at Felix's side. We have a Turtle Rock play incoming. Maybe. At the very least, we'll know the medallion.
Yeah, I think he's gonna at least check the location here. And it's almost so we can go in.
He's opening it.
Yeah. I think what he's doing here, actually, with those Titaniments he has, he's gonna check the Hookshot Cave in the surrounding area, and he's opening Turtle Rock while he's here.
That does make sense. A Hookshot Cave, the Super Bunny Cave. Still got plenty of items to check here.
Yes. And a shout out to our trackers, they're doing their best job here.
Checkerboard Cave just has 20 rupees.
Alright, and
Hookshot Cave, what do we got?
there's the red mail.
Red mail. Always a good find.
And
the other cane. And a valid run.
ladies and gentlemen, we only need the fire rod. We have double bombos.
Alright. So where's that fire rod going to hide today?
It can only be in so many locations.
Not at Super Bunny, though we do get a small shield for the efforts.
Yes, also known as the Fisher-Price Shield. And we're seeing a Mire Dip. And now we see what the first item was in, here it was just 10 arrows.
And in the meantime, Felix is flying off to...
Out to darkness.
Makes sense. Do pod, and then if you feel you need to, dive into Eastern if you haven't already.
But does Felix have the bow? I don't think he does.
No, I think only DrunkenDraconian has the bow right now. So now we just need to find the fire rod. Well, the big key right there, that would be nice if we were going to go mode Misery Mire, but unfortunately we have 2 items to find here.
Yes. So keep an eye out, folks. We need that fire rod. Double small key. And Drunken is just going to clear Mire.
I did not see Drunken get any other items.
He didn't get any items at all. He's gonna go ahead and just go kill Vitreous and then explore the dungeon later.
This makes some sense. You have to kill Vitreous anyway. It's a crystal. It's actually one of the pyramid crystals. So, you know,
yeah,
yeah,
he's gambling on this. Now the fire could be in here, but he can just usually come back in after he kills Vitreous and then just mirror out. Which, given the fact that how out of the way some of these items are in Mire to find, not necessarily a bad idea.
Indeed. Right now, I'm sure our runners are thankful this isn't a key sanity Misery Mire, because technically you could complete this without picking up a single key, but the routing involved is long.
Yeah. Going to that rarely used north room.
Actually, technically, I don't think you even need that.
I think there is a key there that you need to pick up, if I'm serves.
I had to do a keyless play, and I don't think I actually had to enter that room.
Oh yeah, that's right, because you need a key to get over there, and there's a key in the pod to replace it, so never mind. My completionist in me wanted to go up to that room.
That makes sense, but right now, DrunkenDraconian is taking care of Vitreous. 2 silver arrows in the eye.
And we have a somewhat synced crystal grab. Dragonmaster getting the crystal from Hera, and Draconian getting the crystal from Mire.
However, Vitreous only had the compass, and go ahead.
That is why Felix Cat didn't dip into Turtle Rock. He did not have the Canis Mori and is about to pick it up.
That makes sense. So now, 2 items in Misery Mire. Where will they be located? Will one of them be the fire rod? Meantime, Moldorm has another chance to troll another runner, in this case AdirondackRick. Misery Mire Laser Bridge. Got something, I couldn't tell what.
You couldn't tell either. And someone is confirming if it's just a key. Alright, thank you, chat. And we have another forfeit here. Bionic Link has forfeited.
Oh, I've mistracked items before, items and locations. That is, you know, it happens to the best of us.
And we find the map in Misery Mire. And Dragonmaster about to realize that it is Bombos here. We'll see if he decides to dip in there and gamble the fire rods inside.
But in the meantime, we have another waiting game coming up.
Yes, the cutscene room is about to be checked by DrunkenDraconian. We'll see if this pays out.
There aren't that many chests left in Misery Mire, so it has to be something. The question is it worth it? Oh no, messed up the blocks!
Messed up the blocks. That's gonna set him back a fair bit. I made a Mire check. I didn't quite see what was there.
Both Mire Shed chests, had 20 rupees.
Ah.
Yeah. Chat would also get on our cases if we had missed something big.
Yeah. We do appreciate you guys helping us keep track of this. This is kind of a large race. I don't think either one of us is used to seeing 4 feats at once.
I've done it once for a charity stream, but it was a different game.
Yeah, this is my first time, so I'm doing my best to keep up.
It's fine. But
Yeah,
really, the stars are our runners here. AdirondackRick, Felix the Cat, dragonmaster0283, DrunkenDraconian. Please give them a follow, as DrunkenDraconian just gets rich.
Yes, he finds his first item. Yes, give these guys a follow. They deserve it. And Dragon Master checking Hobo. Oh, and the floating island, about to realize he's going to get some 2 major items in the bow and the hammer.
Alright, DrunkenDraconian, I think, has one more chest left, and that is the chest that is typically after the big key chest.
And it seems, another place pointed out, why does Dragon here have the level 1 sword? It seems our tracker has mismarked, so apologies for that.
Bardo, to clarify in chat, we do not use memory reading trackers since they kind of break the game here. The idea of these races is the runners have to think on their feet and just know where to go based off of their knowledge. So memory reading trackers are probably not for the best.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, they're just outright banned.
Well, I was trying to be polite about it.
I'm just going to be blunt about it.
That is fair. Now, where is Dragon Master going? Based off of this pathing, probably going to get the bow.
He saw his bow. He's getting it.
Yeah, I'm just not used to approaching from this direction in the Dark World.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of ways you can approach stuff if you know where you're going. Yeah, we are missing that fire rod still. And Rick has picked up his tempered sword.
I don't remember if AdirondackRick went to the Lumberjack Cave yet.
I don't think he has either, given that he has killed Aghanim. And that fire rod is being kind of a nuisance. Where haven't we checked it? We haven't checked.
We haven't gone into Ice Palace yet.
We haven't gone into Swamp Palace yet.
Not all of the Palace of Darkness has been explored. I believe we have, no, all 3 items were checked in, Eastern Palace, so we don't have to worry about that. Unless I misremembered.
Yeah. And, Fire Rod could be in Turtle Rock, as Professor Mitchell is saying. I have seen it's happened before that we have seen a fire rod all the way deep into Turtle Rock as Laser Bridge.
Has any runner checked Spike Cave yet?
I do not think so, no. And with the K in Burna, that is on the logic.
As well as the Cape. Yeah. So we do have logical access. Alright, in the meantime, we have ourselves... Ooh, we're about to check out what's inside MC Hammer's vault.
I can answer that for you, Magic Terra. The digging game, simply put, if you shovel dash, it digs too fast for it to register.
Alright. Inside! Stop! Rupee time! And not sure if it's worth stopping for 50 rupees at this point.
And Drunken is checking. And keep in mind, folks, that you guys are wanting the ice rod to lead to a fire rod. That is not possible. But it could still be an ice palace.
Alright. So, I know one location that hasn't been checked, but it's not going to be required in the logic. That is the Batcave. Technically, a glitch involving the... Actually, all of our runners have already spent the mushrooms, so that glitch is unavailable. So yeah, we can eliminate the Mad Batter from play right now.
Yes. Or at least until we find the magic powder.
That is a good point.
And Felix is checking the purple chest.
At this rate, it's either going to be Swamp, Ice, Turtle Rock, or Pod. Now, based off of the inventory that our runners have, it is entirely possible to clear Swamp, clear Ice, clear Pod. Turtle Rock, it's going to depend on if the rods are found, but if the fire rod is found inside Turtle Rock, it's just, they're going to leave it.
Yeah. And they'll be locked out almost right away if the first chest in Turtle Rock isn't anything but the fire rod or small key. Because they cannot progress any deeper without the fire rods, therefore fire rod cannot be in Turtle Rock.
Well, it couldn't be in that first chest.
That's what I'm saying. If it's not there or it's the small key, then they'll know it's not in Turtle Rock.
Okay, I had missed the first part of that. So where is DrunkenDraconian going right now?
He's got the tools. He's probably going to go into Turtle Rock.
Actually, I'm checking the tracker right now. It doesn't have the mail. I mean, may not be a bad idea just to check that one chest and then go to Hookshot Cave.
Yeah, he's going to definitely check it all. And Groucher is late to the party, and yes, this is not a pedestal required C. We have confirmed that with an early book. It had a heart container.
It was, however, technically in a Ganon required seed because you could dodge the logic by sequence breaking, but you know.
Yes, the Hobo have the hammer, but the flippers were not in the logic for them to acquire it.
So at this point, at least on our screens, first runner to, I think, go into Ice Palace or Swamp Palace is going to have the edge here.
First one to go into any dungeon that we haven't seen yet is going to have an advantage.
Well, we have seen Palace of Darkness. We haven't seen all the items in Palace of Darkness yet.
Felix with his bow, Rick with his hammer. And now, Felix
going to Ice.
It's time for that play.
Alright. Ice requires... Go ahead.
Ice requires bombs to get in, but because of how much magic it consumes, he does have to be a little bit careful.
There are plenty of magic pickups along the way. I'm not concerned about magic usage here. The bigger question that I have, will Felix the Cat attempt to do the bomb jump strats to avoid needing to hit the crystal, or will he attempt a full clear of the dungeon?
Well, seeing as he has the Cane of Samaria, he does not technically need to do the bomb jump. So I think he will go with a full clear route and not do so.
And look at DrunkenDraconian side, going for the Spike Cave play.
Yes, that is equally a smart decision here. We'll see what the first chest in Ice Palace is. It is a rod, but I couldn't tell.
It was the ice rod, not the one we wanted.
And the red boomerang.
No, DrunkenDraconian had the right color. Felix the Cat had the right item, but the colors were backwards and the item was backwards for both of them.
So yes, Felix the Cat has the and the Cane of Samaria.
Yeah, if we were to have combined them, maybe we would have gotten the fire rod, or maybe the normal boomerang. And chat wanting all of the rods to matter.
Well, unfortunately, while we do have the means to kill Trinex, there's nothing that he can have on them. That would be go mode required.
Exactly. Once that fire rod is found, it's just going to be bang, bang, bang for the remaining pendant or crystal dungeons.
And Felix does set up the bomb jump and gets it. Oh,
but has to redo it. That commentator's curse, folks.
He's gonna have a hard time setting up. He doesn't technically need to do this because if he's full clearing anyway, why set up the bomb jump?
And in the meantime, AdirondackRick is exploring Swamp Palace.
Yeah, so we're about to see that first chest here.
6 chests versus 3. 2 now.
Green potion.
Oh, I mean, not a bad strategy right now. Green potion will help, especially since Ice Palace is required.
Yes. And DrunkenDraconian is checking these down. And in my personal favorite room, the Penguin Bowling Room on Felix the Cat's end, chooses to use the hook shot though instead of going for the spin attack to kill all of them at once.
Plenty of options available for the Penguins. Now, the question is, which dungeon is going to pay off quicker?
Good question. Felix is revealing these 2 freeze orbs, and are going to quickly melt them with the Bombos Medallion.
And inside, the Bug Net. Excellent defensive item, but not what we're looking for.
Bug Net's more of a utility item, or for swag. It's not really used to capture fairies.
Well, my apologies for still being a relatively new runner. I've only had one deathless run.
It's alright. It's a very important tool if you're a completionist. And don't like dying.
Yeah, I can at least say I've had one deathless run so far at just over 2.5 hours. But you know, it's I play for defense. What can I say?
Yeah. I mean, I'm psychotic. When I do 100% casually, I go for no deaths, no fairies.
Insane. In the meantime, the most trolly chest in Ice Palace did not have anything of worth.
Yeah. And looking to go to the right side here of Ice Palace.
Meantime, the 2 drain chests we have, well, there's Quake.
And half magic,
so that's magic.
So that's gonna pay off for Rick.
Yep,
yes,
more chances to
they
use
need
bombos.
The fire rod for Skull Woods.
And what's inside this chest? Pushing it downward. That's a rare strat.
You can push it in any direction.
Just the map. Now, I had lost track of all the different items. Also, did AdirondackRick go into the left side?
He probably, No, given he has a key, he did not go to the left side.
So that's 2 chests.
Oh, wait, no, I misspoke.
Oh, right, that one. So, yeah. Meowstick, I don't know what the other half of half magic is. I'm sorry. In the meantime, yeah, blind fight incoming. While Argus is also being taken out.
Yes. Good old Argus.
Ooh, actually, Argus was able to land on AdirondackRick, it looked like. Hard to tell, though.
Yeah.
But fortunately, the octopus is down. Or is it the squid? And was that the big key that...
Yes, the big key is not required to clear... Skull... Swamp Palace, so it could be can be on the boss. It's only needed to get to the big chest. It's one of only a couple there.
Excellent point there. So in the meantime, left side swamp, what would be in there? AdirondackRick is back inside. We still haven't seen Ice Palace completed. Cold Stare may have an item.
Cold Stare definitely has an item with 2 keys left.
And for those in chat that chose to poke fun at how important the net is, Felix the Cat is going to pick up some berries right now.
Yeah, he just wants an extra safety net for a Cold Stare because doing it with just the Tempered Sword is kind of an issue if you cannot keep them together. So he's opting for safety.
And as I said, nothing wrong with safety in this game.
No. Ideally, he would probably like to have a... Well, that full magic will help him a lot.
I think you only need roughly a quarter magic without half magic in order to fire Bombos.
Yeah.
And without the Fire Rod, not much else the magic will be useful for. Maybe defensive strats with the cape, just in case. No way, Felix doesn't have the cape.
Well, it's not marked on his tracker, but I'm not sure if he doesn't have it or not.
Excellent point. In the meantime, west side check coming up for AdirondackRick. 2 chests available.
Meanwhile, everyone else is doing the swamp check. And Cold Stare has gone down.
What does Cold Stare have?
The other boomerang.
This is not the right game, but all hail?
The red one's the better one in Link to the Past, but yeah, most people prefer the blue one.
And there's
the Fire Rod! We have found it!
I'm quickly double-checking AdirondackRick's items.
He does not have the bow yet. He is not in go mode.
However, we have a chat go mode at this point.
Yeah, we have what is known as... We have the knowledge of go mode, no mode.
Thank you, I'm still learning all the terms.
I think he's aware where that bow is.
Possibly heading in the right direction, has to get inside the rock circle. And there we go.
And I'm going to officially call it. Oh!
not quite yet, rock in the way.
No, bush.
Oh, bush, sorry. Okay, call it.
All right, 1 hour, 13 minutes in. Rick is in go mode!
Silly bush.
Strangler to the tomb. No! Rick has now finally got all the items he needs to clear this game. He has the Fire Rod, he has the bow, he has the hammer, he has the medallion he needs to enter Mire. Everything he needs to get to Ganon, he has it.
Except the cane, unless we missed it on the tracker.
That's also right. I almost forgot about that. Thought I checked that spot, though.
We need to see a pause screen for confirmation, but this may not be
No,
official.
he doesn't have it!
It's not official, this... Oh!
I thought he grabbed it! My mistake! We know where it is, at least. It's at King's Tomb.
Which means... we are in no mode and no mode.
My apologies, folks. I thought Rick had that cane. It's hard. I will admit it's hard to keep up with 4 different races going on. So I will fully take the blame on that one.
However, the other 3 runners are in Swamp right now, so one of them is going to get the official go mode count. However, one runner that will not get it is Bentizi. They had to drop from the race.
Yes.
At this time, we have not yet had a runner win yet. There are more runners than just the
Wait a minute! I missed this as well. GamerCal has won the race! With an official SRL time of 1 hour, 13 minutes, 35 seconds!
I did miss that as well. Wow. Nicely done. Congrats to GamerCal.
And Rick bowls a strike at the bowling alley. GG's to GamerCal.
So, apparently this was a jet seed, with just a hint of shades. But yeah, this is the important thing. Follow the breadcrumbs. If you get items that tell you that you can explore the dungeons with them, go inside.
Okay, now Dragon Master is in go mode. Now we have an individual go mode on the featured 4.
At the 1 hour, 16 minute mark. There we go. So now all we have to do, at least for Dragon Master's sake, has to clear out the remaining crystal dungeons. Ice Palace is left. Swamp Palace is left. And Skull Woods is left. Unless, actually wait, Swamp Palace should already be marked, I believe, on the tracker.
Go to the back first. Lord Mahim, the cane is at King's Tomb. Rick has not gone up there to check it, it looks like.
And in the meantime, we have Argus being fought, and Drunken is flooding the former key spot. Hopefully that key was picked up.
Yes it does, because he used it to open that door. He's already cleared the swamp. He's going to go get his fire rod and be in go mode of his own volition.
And that leaves AdirondackRick just exploring Ice Palace all by his lonesome.
And Felix trying to get some silver strats and could not do it. I will admit that it's hard to hit Argus when he gets going with those silvers.
Yeah, I prefer spin attacks myself because I don't have the accuracy all the time in order to pull that off.
Yeah.
Alright, Drunken has the fire rod.
No, Drunken does not have the... Does he have the fire rod? He does! He went to the left side first. Okay.
Alright, so that means...
Alright, so Drunken is in go mode as well.
2 of our featured runners are in go mode right now. Felix has to get the fire rod, and AdirondackRick has to get the cane. So at this point, Dragon Master doesn't have to worry about the other items in Ice Palace, can just quickly go inside. Has plenty of magic and the fire rod to make this easy.
Yes, and with the half magic upgrade, he will have plenty of shots to fire a cold stare.
And choosing to use the fire rod straight away.
Yes.
Golden Sword makes this
good
easy.
corralling of cold stare there. They did get away, but easy enough to track him down. We see Drunken in desert, clearing that out.
And we have a second place finish in the race. Gland, GG, you finished in 1 hour, 20 minutes, 15 seconds.
Yes, congrats to all the runners who are finishing up that are not featured, as well as those who are racing as we speak. There's a lot more racers coming in, and we're about to see them start trickling in here every now and then. I'd also like to briefly mention, and on a side note, that both Clint and GamerCal got PBs on this seed, so congrats to them as well.
Yeah, this is a difficult seed, and for anyone to get a PB on this one, kudos. Felix is about to get his fire rod, just has to push the block, there we go. And Dragon Master heading to Skull Woods. Mafia is about to be defeated.
And Felix has gotten his fire rod and in his moat and is in go mode. Glenn apparently made the right decisions for once.
Alright, AdirondackRick filling up on potion. Not a bad idea.
Yeah.
And Felix now heading into Misery Mire, has everything needed. And since the big key was found at the runner's favorite spot, this dungeon can be completed very quickly.
Yes. The only thing that I think of that makes this run even better is one of them finding the powder.
That's a good point. We haven't found the powder yet.
Yeah, that'll help with their health management in Gan's Tower. That's about it.
Still, all of our featured runners have red mail, decent number of hearts, so... You know,
oh yeah, I don't expect any one of these runners to die anytime soon.
Alright, here is Mothula.
Yes.
With Gold Sword and Fire Rod. Just has to make sure not to send Mothula to the arena spikes, otherwise the damage is nullified.
Yes. And we did patch it out before, Wolfman, but I'm going to let you know this anyway. Before, Mothula was actually immune to the Butter Sword as well, because it did the same damage.
I remember reading about that.
Yeah, they patched it so that it does Tempered Sword to him.
Legend of Zelda Link to the Past Randomizer, where we make things work.
Yes. And DrunkenDraconian picks up the spare at the bowling alley, as I like to call it.
And two more... Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I just cannot think of those pen gators as anything else other than bowling pins. They're coming right at you.
And maybe if they were in a flying V formation, I would understand it a little better.
Yeah, maybe.
Alright, 3 more runners had to drop from this race. We are winding down, but we still have plenty more action within.
Yeah, we have had Trues, Myria, and Plague One quit. And
Sorry
Nemesis.
to interrupt you, but Dragon Master has all 7 crystals at this point, which means it's time for another fun game here.
Yes, and
Folks,
and if you don't mind, I shall explain it. We have 22 item locations at Ganon's Tower, but only one of them is the big key they need to ascend the tower. And we have a little guessing game. And I believe we do have a bot in here to work with. I don't have the permission to do the command, but give us a number. Guess which chest it's in.
And if you get it right, you will win a 1-day pass to our den.
Actually, they get on a leaderboard, actually, if I recall right. But I'm not sure if the bot is active or not. Fiesel started the game. Get your guesses in now.
Sorry, I'm not herfy-derfy. I can't offer love and affection. I was trying to at least offer something else. So, will Dragon Master do right side first or left side first?
I'm gonna say right side first because I always like to see that compass chest be where the big key is.
And with this in mind, Dragon Master has entered. Guessings need to stop now.
Yes.
All right, number 1, the other single green rupee. Number 2, small key. We can continue on to the east. And in the meantime, ACMLM has finished in 3rd, 1 hour, 25:26.
Yes, and again, we had a few more people. We had a couple of learners quit. I think I got Myria. Or no, Myria was just asking for time. Nemesis is quit. Plague One, Truzzle. All those people have quit.
And Gibdos are making this Kana Samaria block throw a little more tricky, but not a problem.
Here we go. 20 rubies.
Another 20.
3 bombs.
And
5
nickel.
rupees.
Alright, going to at least pick up the consolation key and then do left side.
Yes. What if it was key on torch this whole time?
And, well, wrong key. And red
And
Bob.
bye-bye Bob. We will not be seeing Bob the Glitched Anti-Fairy tonight, folks. At least from Dragon's End.
Alright, that's 7 items down. But 15 more to go. Into the skeleton den.
10
10
arrows.
arrows.
Another small key. Piece of heart.
Well, refills the health. Not a bad time.
There it is. There's the big key.
And I believe that was count number 11, if I did this right.
Yes.
So, congratulations to whoever guessed number 11. You have won, as I said, a 1-day pass to the Wolves' Den, where Wolflink and I chill out after each race.
And we have a couple more finishes. Mr. Barry Bonds has finished in 4th with 1 hour, 27 minutes, 19 seconds. And Salty Fury, I hope I pronounced that right, is in 5th with 1 hour, 27:30, right next to each other.
I thought that was Salty Fry, but I may be mistaken.
I might have mispronounced it. I mentioned that.
But in the meantime, go ahead.
Who was the first person to guess it? I know there's a command, but I don't have the means to use it. Someone is asking who won in the chat. GamerCow has won the race, actually.
Now, if we're talking the guessing game, we had some guesses that came in before the bot started, so I don't know who officially won this one.
Well, the bot will, we haven't had a name spit out yet.
But in the meantime, it's time for the gauntlet.
11 Feasel was the number. The winner was a well-trained ferret. With the closest guess of 13. And Hippos has finished in 6th with a time of 1:28:34.
Alright, DrunkenDraconian and Felix the Cat are making their way up to Ganon's Tower right now, as Dragon Master is about to enter the Landmola's rematch.
Yes. And for those of you who are new to the channel here, if you give 250 bits or more, or are subscribed to the Speed Gaming Nation, Speed Gaming series of channels, you can be on that leaderboard that you see there in the chat from the Speed Gaming bot.
Alright, to help clarify in chat, because we probably needed to do a reintroduction now that I think about it, I am Wolfman2000 and my partner is Wolflink0370.
Yes.
So, our apologies for any confusion about which wolf is which.
Yes. And Dustin has finished with 1 hour, 29 minutes, and 3 seconds, also getting a PB on this seed. And Evanitis has just finished with 1 hour, 29:56.
And Wizrobes are trying to prevent Dragon Master from finishing. So far doing a good job with trolling. There we go. The block snipe was successful that time.
And Big Dunka has finished with a time of 1:30:18. These are trickling in, as I said. And we see Dragon Master trying to get through the torch room, being conservative with his magic.
Now there is a big refill coming up in this next room, which in this case getting it is going to be a good thing. I do remember reading that there is a glitch if you go up these stairs as the door closes. Fortunately, it didn't happen.
Yeah, it despawns all the enemies and makes it soft lock. Thankfully, it doesn't happen. They have the mirror so they can reset it, I think, but it would be a huge time loss all the same.
Right. Not checking the 2 chests up just above that room. Will we see a consolation chest check?
Well, he is trying to fight his way to 10th place here. He has to work fast.
Right, skipping that. Will we see validation? Probably not. Already as equipped as necessary.
And we're seeing Rick, by the way, fight the Hellmonster King. Not a required fight, unfortunately.
And what is Dragon?
A little bit of menu issues there. He was trying to bomb the validation chest.
Unfortunately, I don't think the fans are going to be happy with that one.
No. And Rick finding a fire shield on Hellmonster King. So there we go. And here we go. Here's the Aga 2 fight. Good pattern right off the start.
I couldn't tell if that was a double or a triple there.
It might have been a double. Gets blue balled, unfortunately. Can't get another hit in. It's a good setup for a double here.
Does get the double here. Hopefully this one is decent.
And it was a double, the first one.
And
there we go. Aga 2 is down, and now it's time to fight the pig.
However, note the health count. That's 1.5 hearts, I believe. I don't know if Dragon Master has any fairies or potion to recover.
I think he did buy a potion.
Well, we will soon find out. In the meantime, Felix the Cat and DrunkenDraconian are nearly in sync, just 1 room apart.
Oh, and Rick is going to kill the Armos Knights.
Alright, time to fight Ganon.
And while Ganon's giving us a slug back there in the chat, Gemini has forfeited from the race. And Blaine has finished in 10th with a time of 1:33:34. We will not have a temp 10 finish on the featured 4. But maybe a top 15.
Yeah. Now, don't feel bad for any of the runners on the feature 4. We wish to feature runners with a variety of skills here, so we can see different strategies, different insights. Maybe we can all improve our games when we choose to participate in these daily races.
Yes, and these races are public, folks, so if you want to try them for yourself, go right ahead.
Ganon is in phase 4.
Find the arrows.
Alright, can we get a torch glitch? No, not this time, but still good positioning.
Yes, good positioning. It's going to warp up here. It's going to be 4 single shots. And unfortunately, the torch is going out just before he can get him.
But this is still an excellent position. Ganon is defeated. Just has to go through the room, and then we can call this as good as done.
Yes. And
wait for it.
Dragon Master has finished in 11th place with a time of 1 hour, 34 minutes, and 36 seconds, and has improved their personal best.
Excellently done, and the game agrees. Throw those GGs in the chat, folks.
Yes, throw them in. Dragon Master put on one heck of a show, and we're not even done yet. Not even roughly only 1/5 of the field has finished or forfeited. I've lost count, actually.
Well, don't worry, I will pull that up for you right now. We have had 11 finishes. We have had 7 or 8 people that had to drop, and I believe there are still 30 to 40 people that are still in this race.
Yes. And
However,
Layra GG has just come in 12th with a time of 1 hour, 35 minutes, and 46 seconds.
Alright, DrunkenDraconian, ignoring the consolation chest. Felix the Cat, not too far behind. AdirondackRick is going into Misery Mire, but I don't think...
They found the cane!
Okay, I was nervous there. I didn't see it on tracker.
So Rick is finally in go mode. After I miscalled it. Whoops!
Happens to the best of us, Wolflink. Don't you worry about that.
Yeah, it's no big deal. I've made a mistake, that kind of mistake before. And we did have the chest open, apparently.
I'm not seeing any tracker changes, so it was probably just another big 20.
Yes, give a shout out to these trackers, by the way. They have tried their absolute best to keep up with the screens they had to do. And let us also not forget the host of the Speed Gaming Network, Feasel, who is the main restreamer of this family of channels.
Alright, DrunkenDraconian is taken out again in 2. Felix the Cat not too far behind.
Yes, and Rick is unfortunately playing catch-up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame the decisions that Rick had made. Wanted to clear out the dungeons, just forgot about King's Tomb.
Yeah.
Yankee 90 Rocket, the thing about that chest, that last chest after you beat the Moldorm rematch, a lot of runners like to check it for whatever reason, maybe if they want to make sure that they didn't miss anything important, but if they feel that they have everything, they just skip it. It's considered the validation chest, and those that skip it, the chat either thinks that they may want a Blizzard from an ice cream shop or wish to play a different role-playing game series.
Yeah, it's a long story short, it's a meme. I've twisted into my own and saying it's the chest that validates the kill against Moldorm 2. And that it does actually have some truth to it, because that chest does stay there if you somehow decided to jump back in the pit.
Now, one other question that I just realized. This is my first time doing a daily race here. Do we wish to bring Dragon Master in for an interview, or does that not happen in this format?
I don't know, but we've had a couple more things happen since we've been gone. Halasel has finished in 13th place with 1 hour 30 minutes and 4 seconds, getting a PB. The Wolf 38 has quit. Dark Shadows has finished in 14th with a time of 1:38.43, getting a PB as well. And as you can see, DrunkenDraconian in 15th place, 1:38.50. And Karen finishes in 16th with 1 hour 39 flat and gets also a PB on this. A lot of people getting PBs in this tonight. So you just how good a seat this was.
Alright, we do have Dragon Master waiting to join, so let's bring him in.
Hey man,
Dragon
congrats.
Master, GG.
Thanks.
Yeah, so this was kind of a weird seed, in all honesty.
Yeah, Hammer, what are you doing there?
Yeah, that means Agony was not required.
Not if you could fake Flipper.
Nope. And Felix actually did that fake flipper and got that hammer early and did not do Aghanim. Speaking of which, Felix is just slaying Ganon.
Nice. Yeah, that Aghanim. Felt like a good climb, and it was like, when I found the lamp, I said, Aghanim, I mean, there's not much left. Let's just do it.
Yes. Real quick here, I want to do this officially. Official SRO time for Felix the Cat. 17th place, an hour, 40 minutes, 6 seconds. And getting a PV on this as well. Tiro also finishes in 18th with an hour, 40 minutes, and 08. Also getting a PV. D-Sprikes is also done with a 19th place with a time of 1 hour, 40 minutes, 23 seconds. And Shady Force just forfeited.
Oh, the PBs.
A lot of PBs this, yes.
We have Felix that's about to join in, so let's welcome Felix in now.
Hey, Felix, that was a really good gamble with that hammer find. You were the first one to find it on our featured 4.
Thanks very much.
That's
the only
an
problem
evil
is,
hammer spot.
man, I never gotten a sequence break that good, so I immediately got it and went, I have no idea what to do next.
I blame the book. I blame the book personally for them throwing me away from the hammer.
Yeah. Yeah, no, decision paralysis is my word of the game, I guess.
But it all worked out after I found Bo. That fire rod was starting to like, is this thing in pod, or is this thing even in Turtle Rock?
Yeah.
I mean, it was coming down for the most part between Swamp Palace and Ice Palace for where the fire rod was. Ice Palace did have a rod, just the wrong one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and of the 3 that you could pick, of Mire and Swamp and Ice, I'm just glad I didn't have to do anything in Mire.
Yeah, no one had to touch Turtle Rock this seed, it looks like, so that was also another blessing in disguise.
And to think I almost threw, like, I almost left after Swamp Bomb when I finished it. I said, should I go back in? There's 2 items still over here. I saw the fire, it's like, oh, that could have been bad.
Yes. And,
I'm actually glad it wasn't up at Zora or anything, because when I saw the bow and got the hammer at Hobo, I thought, I'm in go mode now. And so I was starting to go mode. It's like, when I got into Mire, it's like, wait a minute, I don't have the fire rod yet.
Yeah, I was totally out of, like, I had no idea what to do up until I found the flippers. I was like, okay, I'm back in sequence. Things are fine now. Yeah, there was one point where, like, I should go into Turtle. No, that was a sequence break. All right, we're good. We're good.
Yeah, if you're a sequence break, it's good to know, like, what you've sequence breaked.
Yeah. How's everyone else doing?
well, how's everyone else doing? Shaggy Roger just finished in 20th with a time of 1:43.12, and we have had some forfeits as well. In case you were too busy racing here, GamerCal was our winner.
Yeah, I saw that. It's like, dang.
I saw that.
I guess I had pretty much bet. It's like, well, it's not Total Rock.
Yeah,
and we have another finish here. Yumechu Tsubasa CH finishing in 21st with a time of 1:43.45, just behind Shaggy Roger.
How many people were in the race?
Last I counted, about 50.
Yeah, 50 or 60, somewhere within that range.
It's not so bad at all. That's a pretty good Friday night race.
Indeed. So
Exactly 60.
It was exactly 60. Nice.
Exactly 60.
Yeah. And Rick is
finally has all of the crystals.
Yes,
so now
unfortunately, we should probably mention this here for you guys. Rick missed going to King's Tomb.
Oh,
but he found the fire rod first out of all of you.
Yeah, when I saw Swamp and Mirror, I was like, hey, Swamp's a good play. Let's go in there.
And
I can see why Fire Rod would be gotten early.
Yeah, he got trolled by the cane a little bit. He did end up doing Easter and Pod.
Ooh.
And Gamer Cal, yeah, thank you in chat. That was an interesting seed, agreed.
Yes.
Fun seed.
Oh, so I guess technically AGA was required, right?
Technically, yes.
Yes.
And we do have a forfeit from DO_games as well.
And plus, I saw that sword up over there on Aghanim's Pledge. It's like, I might as well stop by and get it just in case I can't find Buttered.
And Frick is now in 1 hour 45 minutes entering Ganon's Tower.
Go, Rick. Go fast.
Yes, please support all of our runners here, as they are certainly giving us a show with how insane this seed is.
And it looks like from that message right there, Gandercal also found the hammer at Hobo before going and didn't do Ag either. Although Ag was kind of an interesting case at first.
Yeah. And I think
Because
anyone that did find the hammer early could have gotten a lot more.
Because at the time, as we knew it, if you did do him, you'd had a guaranteed tempered sword. If you didn't do him, you'd have a master sword. But then we found the final sword at the digging game.
Yeah, that was nice. I was definitely happy to see that. It's always bad when you know someone's like a sword above you.
And we got another finish here. Sonicam has finished in 22nd with a time of 1:46.47. So they're starting to trickle in here.
Someone asked if this was the last for the day. There's another daily at 11 p.m., right?
Yes,
that is correct.
Plenty of races on the schedule here. As a matter of fact, I think while we were doing this, as far as Link to Fast Randomizer is concerned, I think the third race of the Christos and Zatox is going on Speed Gaming 1. It could be finished by now, though, for all I know.
I think it's on a Link to the Past Randomizer one.
Yeah, I was about to say, we are on Speed Gaming right now.
That's what I meant. I'm used to being over on a Link to Fast Randomizer, right? You do give me a little bit of credit there.
Too much rando.
Now,
Rando
what
the
is
channels.
coming up in 1 hour on Speed Gaming 2 is the third daily, Swordless Mode. Hype!
Yeah,
Dirty
swordless
swords.
mode in which the hammer is your best friend.
Well, it's not my friend, so.
And El Magus has finished in 23rd with 1 hour 47 minutes and 38 seconds. They are starting to trickle in here.
So, what I'm genuinely curious about, Felix, I don't know if you are still in the booth, but if you can hear me. If you did not, even though you did pull off the sequence break, were you thinking about doing a Ganem anyway?
No. Not as soon as I had hammer, it was okay. So anything that I had flute, I had hammer, and then we already had gloves. So I was like, okay, so anything that would get me there, I can do through going up that dark portal on the right side, or even coming up from Hype Cave. But it was definitely like, oh, I need to go check Pyramid in case something's right there, because everyone else will get it.
While we have been talking here, Magalord has finished in 24th with 1 hour 48 minutes and 9 seconds, and Ginger Damas has finished in 25th with 1 hour 48:37.
Now, to help clarify some things in chat, how the upcoming Swordless Mode race works. I'm not going to spoil all of it because I would like our upcoming commentators to talk about it, but basically, hammer instead of sword is your friend. You have to have silvers and don't have to worry about the curtains.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be an interesting one.
I'm a little bit more interested in the Sunday unique race, to be honest.
What the everything basically?
Yeah.
Let's just random everything in the game.
Oh, we're working on it, I'm pretty sure.
Entrance key sanity is gonna be a thing.
how to hate yourself and have fun doing it.
Pretty much.
How to destroy your brain cells one room at a time.
That's how you end up with like an Excel sheet with 16 different pages and just trying to track everything.
Props to anyone that could do it without tracking.
I mean, you're speaking to someone who has managed to mostly a memory track level 9 in the Legend of Zelda NES randomizer. I would not want to entrance randomizer and memorize this.
And let's just throw the keys mixed in.
Because the thing with entrance randomizers, there's actually a lot of caves that are just dead ends. Like, they don't even have a purpose even in the randomizer.
Plus, you may have to actually, heaven forbid, go to the shield shop that no one ever goes to.
Yeah, but something of note of that shop, they are the only place that sells arrows, so it is a little bit worth your time if you find it.
Maybe I was thinking of the Game Boy Advance remake, that it became a full shield shop. Oh! Troll Dorm manages to get a victim.
Yes. It does still sell the fire shield. That's one of the items it has. But it's the only shop in the game that sells arrows.
Okay, the reason I was thinking differently is because I could have remembered the Game Boy Advance Link to the Past remake actually sold the mirror shield once it was found.
Ooh,
And we do have another dot done. Chloe Power has finished in 26th place with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 51 minutes, and 32 seconds.
See,
And Troll Dorm strikes again.
I have to ask, where is the shield shop? I feel like I don't even know where it is.
It is 2 south. It is in the screen 2 transition south of Bumper Cave. It's in that house. It's in that one section of woods that no one visits.
All right.
Knowledge I have because I played completionist. This before I did racing.
Third time is the charm for AdirondackRick. Will we see a validation chest check?
He does, and it's
do
just
it.
a compass.
It's a trick.
Oh, it's important you don't get lost on these last 2 levels, right?
You gotta have a thing of nachos before you go face that.
Well, fortunately, Rick is on a 1-track path to a Ganon 2.
Yep. That'll begin.
Just has to hopefully avoid some blue balls. And of course, as I say that, I apologize.
And the Liminality is finished in 27th with an official SRL of 1 hour, 53 minutes, and 30 seconds. And right behind them, Sage Lord finishes in 28th with 1 hour, 53 minutes, and 34 seconds. Really close. Oh, it's right there.
Oh, the snipes.
And it looks like one of our runners did an accidental major glitch. I think they reset and continued from there.
Yeah, there are 3 categories of glitch logics available. It's either minor glitches, which are things like the fake flipper and the darkroom sequence breaks. There's overworld glitches, which deals with a lot more craziness. And there's all glitches allowed, which is, well, pretty much all glitches allowed.
Yes, but according to the SRO where they are talking about this, it was accidental, so as long as they didn't use it to cheese anything, then they should be valid. They should be allowed.
Like it was a bad thing in GT, right?
Yeah, it was an accidental
GT.
poaching, but it was an accidental YBA, from what I'm understanding in the chat.
I think you'd want to like do that out of GT. Bit of a walk back.
All right, final phase for AdirondackRick. Bow and silver arrows on hand. Missing the torch glitch, unfortunately.
Yeah, he's gonna get hit with a fire bat here. Oh, dodged it. It looked like it was gonna hit.
Oh, but took a hug from Ganon instead.
Yeah, the most damaging thing in this game is still the Ganon hug. And
I thought
looks
the
like he's set
Wizrobe
up.
still did enough damage, but oh, nice double.
Yes, nice double hit. You can even get a triplet sometimes. But Rick has defeated Ganon. Our featured 4 has finished.
Well done, Rick.
And as AdirondackRick goes through the doors, he officially finishes in 29th place with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 55 minutes, 43 seconds. Get those GGs up in chat.
And Deldelda, or if I'm reading that right, has forfeited from the race. And Incone has finished in 30th with a time of 1 hour, 50 minutes, and 1 second. And apparently, Deldelda had their emulator crash and lost 3 crystals. Ouch.
Oh, yes.
And Smashy is finished in 31st and with a 1 hour, 56 minutes, and 30 seconds. So, there we go. There's our feature 4. Let us see if Rick... I'm not sure if Rick will join us or not.
I do not know yet either. I can find out for you if you would like.
If he wants to join, it's on him. I'm pretty sure he needs to compose himself after that seed.
Indeed. This was a tricky one, and honestly, I know I would have struggled a bit. I have not yet crossed the sub 2 hour 30-minute barrier. This one probably would have taken me 3 hours.
Yeah. This seed probably would have been around the time I did with Rick, because I'm a little bit slow on my routing. I do some bad routing.
But again, this is part of the point of these daily races. All of us can come together regardless of our skill level, have a good time, and hopefully improve ourselves, and maybe help each other along the way.
Yes.
So again, don't feel bad if this is your first time racing or you wish to continuously improve. We have races every day for this month, 2 p.m., 8 p.m., and 11 p.m. Eastern.
And these are featured races. There are intermittent races throughout the day.
Exactly. If you want to have a race at 5 or 6 p.m. for whatever reason, just start a race, see if people join.
And like I said, tomorrow we will be featuring the standard daily race that is always hosted every week at 3 p.m. on Saturday for Link to the Past Randomizer. And I believe on Sundays we have one for Open. I don't exactly remember the time for that.
The original Open race or weekly Open was at 5:30, but instead we are having the Open race at 2. This Sunday at 2 p.m. is going to be the Open race with the Randomizer.
And Saberwolf has now finished in 32nd place with a time of 1 hour, 59 minutes, and 11 seconds, and it has improved their personal best by a significant margin. So there you go, folks. There we go. That just shows you how much improvement you can make right there. I will just say this one outright. He improved his time by over 55 minutes.
Sub 2?
Yeah, he barely got that sub 2.
Alright, I think we've mostly covered all that we can here. I don't know if AdirondackRick is able to join us here.
If he wants to join us, he can, but no shame if he doesn't want to. So yeah, there's going to be more racers finishing this seed. I don't think we're going to be covering them much longer. So with that said, give a shout out to these runners, not only here, but just try to find some of the racers that we've called out here tonight and give them a follow as well.
And let's not forget about our trackers, Alternality and G-Wizard.
Yes. They were a little... I think at least one of them was a little bit new to this, but they did a great job regardless.
We all have to start somewhere.
Yes.
Just as we start somewhere with the commentating or the tracking, we have many new runners here, and we all hope that you keep on racing, keep on joining this family, and get your friends involved as well.
Yes. And, of course, these Speed Gaming channels would not exist without Fiesel. Big shout-outs to him for keeping this entire operation going. Managing not 1, but 4 channels.
Exactly. Speaking of those channels, let's at least go over what's also being run right now. On Speed Gaming 2, we have looks like a Freedom Planet run going on.
Ooh.
And on Speed Gaming 3, Borgla Run. I'm not familiar with that one. And on Speed Gaming 4, Super Mario 64. Also, AdirondackRick is about to join us.
Oh, so I guess we're going to be staying on the air for a little bit longer. Thank you for joining us, Rick. GG's.
GG, Rick.
Real quick, though, before we talk to you, Hunter Seeker 42 has finished at 33rd with a tower time of 2 hours, 1 minute, and 46 seconds. So, I'm just going to ask you right now, that Canis Samaria, how annoyed were you about it?
Very annoyed, just trying to figure out where in the world it was.
What king is buried with Cain?
Yeah. Unfortunately, Rick, I will inform you that you were the first of the featured 4 to find the fire rod, but that Cain kind of killed you.
Yeah, I kind of figured once it was in the overworld like that, it was pretty much game over for me. It's one of those places where you should be checking when you have the logic equipment to do so, and I failed to check the breadcrumbs and lost focus of it, went into a lot of other places where I didn't need to be.
Yes, and I'm seeing another finish here in we have Darkwing Arc finishing in 34th with 2 hours, 2 minutes, and 34 seconds. And there have been a lot of PBs tonight.
I'm kind of surprised with how trolly this seed could get.
I didn't think it was that trolly. I think the trolliest thing was the hammer being at Hobo, which means Aghanim was not required if you knew how to fake flipper.
I mean, admittedly, fair point, but not all the runners know how to perform those tricks.
And even when they do, what do you do next if you get that far?
If I get Dark World access, I just go straight to the Hype Cave in the way that you did. Or what is formerly known as Hype Cave.
It was the Cave of Love today.
Someone in the chat apparently didn't realize they got the lamp. Hey, yeah, it was that mushroom. The witch had it. And mushroom was at Sarasala's.
So, to all of our featured 4, if you are still in here, what were your overall thoughts with this seed, if you have any last thoughts here?
It was nice that it gave us a way around Aga. Well, it didn't give us one, but we could find one. Aside from that, it was a weird seed. Fun though.
It was a fast weird seed.
Yeah, it looks like GamerCal didn't even bother getting the lamp. So he did all of this in the dark. GamerCal being our winner of once again.
Yeah, this seed here, if you really knew how to do the tricks, you had no reason to go into a pendant dungeon at all.
Yeah, nothing in any of them. And I mean, Pod and Turtle Rock, two of the higher like item dungeons, and nothing in them. That's a surprise.
Yeah, I have to admit, that was kind of surprising. Almost every race that I've at least participated in myself, I've always had to go into at least one pendant dungeon.
Yes, and we got another finish in. Sia, 35th with the 2 hours, 5 minutes, 42 seconds. Getting another PB. Getting a lot of those tonight.
All right. With that in mind, I don't think there's anything else we need to take care of, and we need to make sure that the next crew is ready for the 11 p.m. race.
So, yeah. And, real quick, before we get off the air, Zelnus has forfeited.
No.
Well, GG's to all the runners who participated, who were not featured. GG's to you for you, Rick, Felix, Dragonmaster, all of you. You here who have finished, as well as DrunkenDraconian. And yeah, give these guys a follow, both the ones who were featured and also any ones that we have called out here. They did one heck of a job, especially GamerCal, finishing at the time that he did. And
Thanks
once
very
again,
much
our tracker was G Wizard and Alternality. I've been Wolflink0370. With me was Wolfman2000.
Right. Enjoy the races, everyone.
Thank you for commentating, guys.
And thanks
Thanks,
for watching.
everyone.
We'll see you all next time, and thanks for watching. Later, folks.